Hi everyone, Barbara Derrick here. Day 25, decorating Ukrainian Easter eggs. And we're gonna get rid of this. Da, 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 da. Some neat soundtracks on Facebook. Okay, I want to put the iPad where I'm not gonna knock it over. How are we all doing today? Oh, I have some really interesting technique. Now, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was decorating Easter eggs, designing one that took me 6 hours. And why did it take me 6 hours? And it was just like such a basic and simple design, is because I was using a toothpick. And I would melt the wax. I melted the wax, dip the toothpick in, draw the line, dip the toothpick. Yeah, I got such a neck cramp from all of that, and a headache, and then we went shopping in Bonnyville, I think it was, Bonnyville, Alberta, at one of the museums, and I was looking for a certain kind of fabric, and I went to, just a sec here, moving the comments over, I went to a corner, and they have this small little, like this alcove of interesting arts and, you know, all kinds of different craft supplies. And I was looking through it, and I noticed there was, within that craft section, a book. Oh. Okay. It's a kid's guide to decorating Ukrainian Easter eggs. So I got to talking to the lady who was also Ukrainian, and she was running the store, and she made some suggestions, because I asked her, what do I all need to do decorating Ukrainian Easter eggs? And she said, well, oops, I left that on the candle too long. There's a little pen, and the little pen, I'll show you on the cam. You put the wax in, and you put it over a candle for just a minute, and then you draw on your egg. I'm going to show you how that's done in a little bit here. And then she gave me a cheaper version, which we could make at home. And if you see, it's just copper wire. And I probably think you could use a dance cone and just stick it in through, drill a hole through a stick, put it through here, and ta-da! You notice at the end, oh my goodness, I'll show you on the camera, because the end is just so fine. And of course, we have food color and the egg. So what I'm going to do is I'll talk to you while I'm drawing, and you're going to be able to see what I have for you today. I'll probably only take 10 minutes today. I don't know. And if you have any questions, drop them down in the feed. Let me know you're here. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. Day 25. All right, you're going to pop down here to the iPhone. Okay. I want to show you in the book where I got the design for this egg. So far, this is what I've done as a demo. It started out with, and you can see this is the first layer, yellow. It's not a really great yellow, okay? So I put the design on, and I put it in the red food dye to get an orange, okay? I also have blue here. And green. Okay. All right. There's wax that you can get. I like this, the lady gave me, and it's a sheet of wax. It's so easy because all you need to do is cut into small sheets. Okay? This is really important for the pen. So that's the materials, the supplies. Back to the pen. See the inside of that? You just have to bear with me because, yeah. Okay, come down here. See the little barrel? And then there's the tip. Right? So you put the wax in there. You put it over your candle. This is one you could probably make. And I think that's what's happened here. So, you know, like that. See the little hole? And again, I'm doing everything backwards here. But yeah, you put the wax inside of the candle. Okay, so I've already started a little bit with this. This design here, I'm going to do it on all sides. Then while I'm doing that, I can tell you a little bit, and I'm going to make sure that I pull right up so that this, I'm going to put this wax in here, like that. You notice this is a very basic design. And then I'm going to put this over the fire, or the candle flame. Okay, whoops, I heated it too much, so now it's dripping. And then I'm going to, and this is going to be really difficult to do and show you at the same time without getting my fingers in the way. I'm guessing where the lines are right now because they've faded after I soaked them. But when it starts to do this, put it back in the flame for a minute. And then come back here. Like that. Like that. Put it back in the flame. Oop, there goes that chunk. It melted. Finally, I put too much in there. That's why you can tell when you put too much wax. I was mentioning to everybody that I am Ukrainian Hungarian as well, on my dad's side, my late father. And I had a Ukrainian grandmother, although I never met her. She passed away very young. And my dad said her last name, her maiden name, and you'll see some of this is crooked, but I'm not into aesthetics here for the lines, I'm just showing you. My grandmother, never got to meet her. She had a very long last name, and I was waiting to find out. My dad wouldn't show me the documents and said it would be in the will. Those documents disappeared. I don't know what he did with them. There was a box of stuff that got stolen from his house by a couple of women 10 years ago, and we figured that that information was in the box. Her death certificate. So those of you that are history buffs and do family tree, I'd love to hear how you've found your grandmothers or your grandfathers or part part of the people through the genealogy. I'd love to hear about some of what you've discovered. It might be something that I might do, because I'm still wondering about this grandmother. And when I do these eggs, I'm thinking I could have done these eggs a little while ago. Like, I wish that I would have tried this technique a little sooner, because I love it. Well, you know, they say your ancestors run in your blood. And I felt her presence as soon as I started designing the eggs and dyeing them and getting ready for the show. I had about an hour and a half to get ready to show you. And I've always been drawn to the Ukrainian Hungarian culture. In a near future, I'd like to have indigenous dance, my indigenous dance outfit I'd like to have with Ukrainian design. You see how long that wax has lasted? Isn't that great? I always call this going nowhere. I'm talking to you about my grandmother, and so I'm multitasking. What I generally do in the studio is I pop on music, and then I float away with that music. It gives me a peace of mind and rest from that critical thinking. All that thinking that says, oh, this and that, and worried about stuff. It's okay. We all spend a kind of time in worrying. But you see, as soon as I got 2 more branches to go, now I'm gonna load this up again. Maybe, see, that's pretty hot, and I like that. And then I'm gonna put it over the flame again. So when I was growing up, my hair had bright red highlights in it, and some blondie. My mom used to call it blondie, but blonde hair, along with the brown. And I believe my dad's was almost like my older son has like grizzly bear colored hair. I call it grizzly bear. This one, this fork here is a little bit too close. I'm gonna interrupt the pattern by putting a dot. So wherever you put the wax, what I'm doing is I'm covering up what was I thought would be a orange, and I'm going to put it in the vat while I talk to you some more in a minute here about the book. You see how easy this is? You could do this with your family. The book you can get from Amazon, and a reason why I like this book, and I'll show you the inside of it in just a shake here, is because it gives you a ton of examples. It was wrote with the focus of children, like kids. But I'll tell you, some of these designs are quite complex in the book. And that, yes, children, it's great for children, but I see adults who probably have so much fun with it. You could have tonight, you could have a Easter egg coloring contest to kick off the season of spring. See, there we go. It's like that. Okay, what I want to do is on the bottom, do I want to join this? Yes, I want to join it, because when I dip it into that vat, and I'm going to put it in blue because I want, what do I want? Yes, blue. And then I'm going to finalize the egg, and while I'm talking to you, it will, and we interrupt the pattern here. Just because I can. This is why you pencil it in, so that your lines Don't get too crooked. Am I inspiring you yet? I was thinking of how to do this on something else besides eggs. Oh, wouldn't that be fantastic? I'm going to try. I think that's what we're going to do for my husband and I are going to, maybe he wants to participate. We'll see. There's the two of us home here. We're enjoying our time this weekend. I hope you're enjoying your time. Okay. So there you go. All right. Now we're going to put it in the blue dye, because then what will happen is all of this that's covered will stay red. Now I want blue, and then when I put some more design on it, I think there. Okay, I'm going to show you. Now that was pretty simple, wasn't it? My husband's. Isn't that funny? He was doing a it's like, oh. Okay, enough horsing around. Alrighty. This is the book. Okay. I'm trying not to bounce my homemade broken. We're getting one. Gonna look for one today. Okay, so it's like that. We saw that. Which you get for, I think she wants $13.50, but I'm gonna go to the page. She gives designs. Isn't that fantastic? She goes from the basic A, basic division. So you need to, your egg looks like this. You draw it with, you do pencil lines. And then you go over here, and of course the lighting has got to, there it's nice and shiny. It'll look like that. You can probably download some of these from the internet, free printable Easter egg design. And then in here, she gives you examples again, both sides. And how to do the points of the star, which is really important. Look at this. Isn't that neat? There's that design that I was working on right here, except for I interrupted because the points were to this one here. Isn't that neat? And of course, you put the egg in the dye when you get your first layer. The trick is to go from light. So you're going design 1 is white, design 2, after you get the wax in, you might want to drop it in yellow. Do your design again, like I did, drop it in the red to achieve an orange. Then you put some more design on and you drop it in maybe a green if you want, so that it becomes maybe a brown, and then you drop it into a blue, if that makes sense. So then she tells you how to burn the design off. And you just melt the wax off and then wipe it down, which I will do in a few minutes here. And you can see more design. I'm just going to flip through it, right? Oh, look at this. This is the one that inspires me. I'm like, yes. And then some more ideas, like you can't go wrong for $13.50 Canadian. I think it's $13.50 US. So I don't know if you translate that in US for Canadian dollars. We're looking at possibly $17. And then with your shipping, it can't be that. Maybe $25. But isn't that rich? Rich with information, and you could choose from here how to achieve these designs. And I'm still looking for a way to show you. It's like doing a book reading. See, look, how to do the design. From yellow to orange to red, red to blue, and then to the final. So she helps you go through all the wonderful steps to achieve. Let's see, the last page is some other simple eggs with a star, or how to achieve a geometric design. And the last page is your glossary. And yeah, I encourage you to get this book. By the way, it's not even an affiliate link. I just love this book because had I known it was that simple, I would have been on this a while ago. Okay, so now we have what I was, oops, wrong one. I was doing the blue here, right? It's an oddball color, but I'm okay with it. Wipe it off without knocking any of the dye or catching yourself on fire. And I'm gonna laugh. Okay. See how the wax is look? Okay. What do you say that I do one more? Maybe I should just, what I'll do for the sake of this video is I'm going to just melt this wax off and we can see what's gonna happen. How's that? Okay, so we take this, and I don't want to burn my phone or get it too distracted there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what it says, is we're going to take that wax and wipe it off. What I was gonna say about this art form. Yes, while it's fun to have a technique, and I could show you a technique where I'm going to get another candle because this one isn't hot enough. The technique where you can dye it pretty instantly. If you're a grandmother or a mother who has Ukrainian background and you have this art form, is to pass it down. I didn't get this passed down to me. I didn't ever get to meet my grandmother. I've heard about her. I heard about her through my dad. And I just think that sometimes our rich history gets lost in our not passing it down. Pass it down to your kids. This art form, this is just a trial and error egg. Like, this is my first egg with that. Yes, this is my first egg with this method. My very first egg with those tools, and I am like impressed. I want to do some more, and as an artist who's always looking for tips and techniques. Yeah, as I'm talking to you, I'm warming up the wax. I'm not cooking the egg. This egg I just boiled. We're going to have them tomorrow. I miss the egg coloring. We haven't done it for a couple of years. That's why I have the dye. Is because we did do it a couple of years ago. No, I want to say almost 4 years ago. Where is it? 4 years? See, I might be going too close. You don't want to do that. That's a no-no. Okay, but whatever. I'm being too impatient. And so We have already 25 minutes into it, but you can see the design where it was white, the egg was white. And you just keep doing this, and it's a great way to, like I said, visit. I think you could probably do this, melt this wax off in a different way, because it smudges the wax across. I tell you, the wax sticks on there really good. You can see the color there. You can also make the an ink type fluid. I've seen them take felt pens apart and then add alcohol and draw on the eggs. I'm not sure I wanted the ink though on my egg, right? Now I'm going to pop it back up here. That was kind of interesting, right? And of course, I have a few more minutes with the egg, and I want to do some more design on another one. Like I said, my very first egg, but I'm kind of impressed. And the lady said in the book that it's best to get farm fresh eggs that are nice and white, and they make great pahunka. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but my Ukrainian grandmother was with me for a little while, and it brings me down to re-envisioning with her. And I want to wish everybody a great big, from the bottom of my heart, happy Easter. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 26. Bye-bye.